Good evening, I'm Godwin Aki and welcome to Coca-Cola Sports Scene. Now big news with the return of Commonwealth heroes Dika Toua and Stephen Kari. But before we get to that, here's a look at our weekend briefs. The PNG MVIL Mosquitoes were joined by more than 1,000 people at Melbourne's Federation Square for the 2014 AFL International Cup. The Mosquitoes were joined by 18 other countries around the world. They were officially welcomed by traditional land custodians and elders. The launch officially kicked off the football competition, which will run for over 15 days with 62 matches all up. The first match yesterday was between PNG and Japan, with PNG winning the game. In hockey, and Sunam women's team in the A-grade division beat Seagulls by 2-0, as Wanderers lost a player to injury in their 2-1 loss to Bismarck 1 in the men's. Bismarck, who have been strong throughout the season, immediately placed Wanderers under pressure, with members of the current NCD train-on squad showing their class hard-fought victory. Sunam were unable to capitalize on slow defense by Seagulls and scored their goals after good passing. The competition is expected to have its finals by the end of this month. And finally, Hunters dominated the match between Ipswich Jets after playing in a defensive game, winning 40 points to 22. Well, the country was abuzz with the return of Team PNG from Commonwealth Games, who arrived on Friday. The first ones off the plane were gold medalist duos Stephen Kari and Dika Toua. Amongst the VIPs on hand to greet the heroes were Minister for Sports Justin Kachenko and NCD Governor Powes Pakop. Sacrifice was the word Dika Toua used to describe her achievement as she cuddled her young family after an absence of almost 2 years. Fellow gold medalist Stephen Kari was more composed, but showed the strength and courage that has seen him become one of the Commonwealth's greatest athletes. Chairman of the motorcade, Miria Ikupu, was also elated with the performance of the duo.
Making us proud. For Papua New Guinea, as a Papua New Guinea leader, I congratulate you. As a citizen of Papua New Guinea, I congratulate you. The whole country is congratulating you and celebrating you. Yes. Because you are the champion. The champion. Thank you very much. I'd like to add that the country, the history of Commonwealth Games for Papua New Guinea is that we have 4 gold medals. 1 gold medal came from Ryan Pini. 3 gold medals came from motorcade. Yes. They were in 1960, a gold medalist. 1919. Ryan Pini came in 2006, I think. And the current champions. 2014, we have another 2 motorcade from the Great Villas. I really want to declare Hanovara as the golden Village. Thank you very much. Thank you everybody who has been involved in promoting.
While both were excited to be back on home soil, they were also eager to return back to their homes. Coming up, the official welcome reception, and our heroes travel across Port Moresby on the Team PNG motorcade. Beginning at the Parliament House, Prime Minister Peter O'Neill presented a cheque of 100,000 kina each to both Kari and Toua.
Despite the delay earlier in the morning, accompanied by his wife, Miss Linda Babau, Prime Minister Peter O'Neill took time out to congratulate both medalists Dika Toua and Stephen Kari for their achievements at the Parliament House and fulfilled the government's commitment by presenting a cheque of 100,000 kina, respectively, to both athletes.
We gave some incentive to athletes who are traveling to the Commonwealth Games. We are going to do the same for the Pacific Games, and we are going to do the same for the PNG Games, so that they give each and every one of you an incentive. It may not be the same amount of money, but it will be a reasonable incentive. So we will work it out between St. John and his team and the Sports Federation to try and come up with a package that is going to be conducive to each event that is going to take place.
With much anticipation, all athletes and officials geared up for the motorcade. Even though the 16-hour flight back home left most of our athletes and officials jet-lagged and worn out, and the golden girl of the moment, Dika Toua, managed to put on a smile after the motorcade. After completing her diploma, she hopes to take on a coaching role in weightlifting in the country. Joining only a prestigious few have over the years, and having his name recorded next to heroes such as Ryan Pinney in PNG Sports Hall of Fame, an ecstatic Stephen Kari was still hyped and overwhelmed by the reception they received. Our triathlon and squash athletes were also there to attend the motorcade. Major sponsors Trukai Industries, with the successful staging of the fun runs, have increased their support to the PNG Olympic Committee from 200,000 kina to 500,000 kina. The celebrations have already started and are nowhere near complete.
Soon after that, the official motorcade began. Starting off at Parliament House, they travelled past Vision City, Boroko Motors, Ward Strip towards Boroko Footworld through 4 Mile, Badili Town and eventually Sir Hubert Murray Stadium. There they met and greeted the hundreds of people who went to welcome them.
It's a significant moment and the people from Hanua Bada have a prime reason to celebrate. The 2 gold medalists have placed Hanua Bada in front of other villages in PNG by scoring the nation's only gold medals in the 2014 Glasgow Commonwealth Games. The village cricket ground at Elevala was packed with close to 3,000 people, including children who gathered to witness the arrival of their champions. Flying the PNG flag on home soil, the duo were given a spectacular welcome by their relatives who have supported them all the way to the heaviest weightlifting category. Though they carried the name of PNG, it was constant encouragement from their coach and personal determination that earned them the highest place in the medal ladder. Health Minister and member for Port Moresby North West, Michael Malabag, when congratulating the hero and heroine, challenged the government to focus more on training local athletes during their preparation stages.
It is about time the PNG government opened its eyes and put its money where it's supposed to go. We cannot, as a government, stand back, put a deaf ear, and then when our athletes go, and all of a sudden, they win 2 gold medals, and here we are, giving them all the attributes for winning gold medals. But what did we do before? Out of there, Douglas Mayer and a gym. Out of that, Papua New Guinea has produced 2 gold medals.
The trio, including their former coach Douglas Mayer, were also presented cheques of over 250,000 kina from Trukai Industries.
A gift, a prize for doing so well. So I'd like to firstly ask Stephen to come up and receive a cheque for Trukai for 25,000 kina.
Central Governor Killa Hauda and Minister Malabag as financial support for the Weightlifting Federation. Dika is now the current record holder for the Commonwealth Women weightlifting category with a new record of 193 kilograms.
Both Stephen Kari and Dika Toua will return to training soon as we congratulate them on their achievements. Welcome back to Coca-Cola Sports Scene. Well, Team Central has begun to ramp up its preparations for the 6th BSP PNG Games. Henry Kavanagh, Deputy Team Manager, spoke to us. All 25 sporting codes for Team Central are now undergoing their final selection preparations for all athletes before the final Team Central can be announced. Deputy Team Manager for Central, Henry Kavanagh, is urging all team managers and coaches to finalize all team selection list and to submit to Team Central Committee.
Right at this point of time, I am urging all these 25 coaches to submit their final listing of athletes that will participate in their respective codes.
Henry said the only thing remaining for all officials and athletes is the team and individual levies for the athletes. Since Team Central fundraising, they made up to 800,000 kina and are in the right direction towards their target budget for the 6th BSP PNG Games.
We have 11 codes that are new we put in, and those will be swimming, snooker, canoeing, PNG AFL. That's another new one that is, we decided to put on.
He said, unlike the last PNG Games, Team Central will now be represented by 25 different sporting codes in the BSP PNG Games, and more medals are expected to be won. From Team Central to Team NCD now, and Port Moresby Hockey selected its train-on squad for the PNG Games. We had a chat with Osman Kekison, the women's coach on Team NCD's prep.
Okay, the trial game we had today was to determine our PNG women's team for the PNG Games coming up in Leh. And after this trial, we'll be announcing the women's team for the game. So this is our final trial game, and it is our first trial game. So hopefully by this week, I will announce the 10 women that will be taking part. So we're only allowed to take 10 with us.
Now, also, this will not be run the normal 11-a-side, but it's basically a 5-a-side team.
Yes, because the Pacific Games has a new format for hockey, it's 5-a-side. We would like to try it out in the PNG Games. In that way, we can choose our best players to represent PNG in the Pacific Games.
Now, what are some of the things that you will be looking at in terms of selecting the best team to travel to Leh?
I would like to look at women's team. Mostly we would like to look at skill work, but there's a whole lot of things that could determine whether you get into or not. But right now, our team selection criteria, we're looking for young girls, because we would like to develop grassroots sports. And hockey in Port Moresby, we would like to pick young girls plus a few senior teams, so that when it comes to national team, the progress goes from grassroots to national level.
Now, when you do pick the team and travel to Leh in November, what is the outcome that you would like to achieve?
We would like to take gold. Because the previous game we lost out to Leh and we took silver. So we'd like to, be competitive in that. We've been losing for the last 2 games, we've lost. So this year we would like to make sure that we not let NCD down, our governor. We would like to take gold back with NCD women's team.
On that note, obviously Leh would be the biggest rivals, and since the PNG Games will be held in Leh, how difficult do you think that will be, taking on a Leh team at home? And we know how passionate the Morabian people are for their own teams. How difficult will these games be come November?
It will be really difficult. Hockey in Leh is massively passionate about their hockey. So when these young girls, we pick them, we have confidence in them that they will take the field. No matter what's thrown at them, they can handle themselves. Because it's going to be just an absolute banger of a game, because when Leh and Moresby combine, everyone takes part. Everyone says we want to cheer. These are two biggest hockey centers, and they play like state of origin. So we're hoping for a really good game against them, and they'll be expecting nothing less from us.
Osmond Kekesan, thank you very much for your time.
After the break, the Central Touch Association Grand Finals and Team Southern Highlands. After a long season beginning at Unagi Park and ending at Murray Barracks, Central Touch held its successful finals series, beginning with the plate finals in the morning between Good Guys and Steel Industry Bullets in the Open Mixed Division.
The president for Central Touch Association, Alice Quara. Alice, thank you very much for your time. Now, today, grand final day. After the season being moved from, Unagi Park, where initially you were, and it was a little bit difficult over there, but now having the finals here at Murray Barracks, how would you describe the season so far?
I'd describe the season as we had a hard time playing up at Unagi. The surface of the ground was not that good, but today is an excellent time because we are fortunate that Murray Barracks has given us this field to run our grand finals, and to have digital and the digital scoreboard up there, it makes it even better.
Now, I went through the finals lineup, and you had the Silverbacks and the Stallions. Appears that these, would you say, would be the strongest teams in the competition?
Yes, they are. They've always been our strongest team in the competitions for the last couple of years. Most of them are just not the nationals taking part in the national squad, but in ordinary competitions. So hopefully we will see one or two national players taking part in the PNG games. It's been very difficult for a couple of years for us, but only just this year, a couple of weeks ago, we're thankful that Digicel came on board. And hopefully it's going to be a long-term sponsor between Digicel and Central Touch.
Would you say, and I'd really like you to summarize this one for me, please, that the performances that are being shown here come back to the strength of the players that are in the Touch Association that you have?
Yes, the strength has gone from, like strength to strength, and it's really improved the association as well. Despite having the proper support from the corporate companies, we bring it to a standard where we expected it to.
5 districts in the Southern Highlands province took part in the provincial games in the capital, Mendi. The tournament, a selection trial for Team Southern Highlands for the PNG Games. A community development officer, Keti Kalopa, came to EMTV office to talk about the preparations of the provincial games in the 5 districts of the Southern Highlands province and how each district is preparing for the games. Ms. Keti and 2 other male officers are behind all the preparations in the province. They are organizing teams with the help from team managers, district members and MPs from each electorate.
District presidents or mayor or staff backside or LP Mipla, which meet of Tengulo Dislatu. So this like make him and put him team spirit lo Mipla lo district gantap. So me was na Mipla by gonna Medina paper all games. And Misa was Yali Pangia and Mipla by working the best.
She said her district of Yalibu Pangia are all ready and waiting to attend the provincial games. All sporting codes selected to represent the province have already organized the athletes to participate from each district for the games before the selections are done.
Preparation lo Mipla lo PNG games lo province. Mipla working fine lo district lo Mipla. All players lo Mipla organizing all. Yalibu na Pangia one time. So Mipla officers one time, all team managers lo district, all executives lo Mipla work lo Mipla staff, lo organizing all.
Ms. Keti flew back to Southern Highlands province after her interview. The provincial games will be launched tomorrow and all 5 districts are expected to come in their numbers to represent their district. Check out MTV online for updates on our stories. If you have any sports stories that you'd like us to cover, send us an email to sportscene@mtv.com.pg. Before we go, we'll leave you now with Kari and Dika Toua's return.
While the nation praises our golden weightlifters from the 2014 Commonwealth Games, 24 years on, we as a nation still commemorate her winning momentum, which cannot be easily erased. Gewa Tau, the first Papua New Guinean to win gold at the Commonwealth Games. It was and still remains a captivating moment when she beat New Zealand's Millie Cecilia Khan 25-18 in the lawn bowls women's singles division.
She's going to turn around bowling. She's holding a couple. What a job now for Millie Khan.
Well, she's got the job. Look at that sign up there.
Now a mother of 3 with 6 grandchildren, she still remains a humble champion.
I did not feel so high, at the time, because when I went into the games, I was more or less like looked as a from young nation coming up. So when I played the game, I was like in my normal. I did not feel anything. I just.
Like a true champion, upon receiving praise, she was grateful to the Motu Koita Assembly for recognizing her achievement and complimented the gold medalists after her. Ryan Pinney, Dika Toua and Stephen Kari for lifting PNG's sporting reputation and building the medal tally. 3 gold medals from the Motuan village of Hanua Bada and many more in years to come. Upholding their pride and tradition, our shining stars in the name of sports remain the best in Papua New Guinea.